Hello. Hi, everybody. Can I get everybody's attention? Can I get everybody's attention? Hello? David, you're on.
That's him. Okay, so now it's you. And you might stand up right there, and I'm going to walk away.
Ellen, I'm sorry. You're on. You're on here. Here.
Okay.
Your microphone. You're on with David. It's live.
Actually, if you guys are not in their seat yet, you can take a seat. So, if you're into the light, you can take a step back. That would be great. Yeah, if she's not in her seat, I'm going to take a bit.
You good to go? Good evening, everyone. If we can gather around. There's plenty of room. If we can gather around.
Okay. I didn't have time to put my lipstick on, but because I was.
Well,
and the
this is
sushi
the
was
point.
so good. I was told I was live. Not live?
No, I think we are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where we sing, right? We're going to do a duet.
Yes. Tap dance. Okay.
Islands in the Stream. Sorry.
Okay.
So this is where I get to say good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's event, the actual kickoff reception for the Student Design Forum. I've got written words here, and I'm going to say some of them, but I'm going to be a little bit extemporaneous as well. So this event started about, I want to say 4, maybe 5 years ago, definitely not 2, definitely not 3. And it started around a round table in the showroom at Kravet here in New York City. And we were with the Kravet folks, which included Ellen Kravet and included Karen Lerman. And Ellen Fisher, who is our Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dean was there as well. And we were having a conversation about the design community and the wealth of knowledge that was contained within it, and the generosity. I cannot tell you how many designers I meet and they say, I want to come and talk to your students. I want to be able to tell them about what it's like to be in the trenches, what it's like to be a designer working out there. And so at the end of that conversation, we said, let's do something. And the result is tonight and tomorrow. We decided that let's pick some topics that are relevant to designers and are relevant to students who are going to be designers. Now, I have to say, we have a stellar education here at the New York School of Interior Design, and tomorrow's event is going to supplement and augment what goes on in the classrooms and the studios. So students here in the room, listen up. This is why you go to the New York School of Interior Design, and this is why you study in New York City, because you get to do things like this. That being said, fast forward, don't fast forward, because there was a full stop with the pandemic. And about a year ago, I guess it was, we got back together and said, all right, let's get this ball rolling again, and let's do this forum. So after much back and forth, much planning, Karen Lerman, I don't know where you are, but you are an amazing person to pull this off.
Where did you go?
Where's Karen?
Yeah!
Thank you. And okay, here the thank yous come. I need to thank really right up front the Kravets. Kravet Inc. Kravet Inc., the Kravet family, Carrie, Lisa, Scott, Ellen, all of the non-Kravets at Kravet who also were doing this, including Karen Lerman. And then I also need to thank the team here at the New York School of Interior Design, and I need to read this because I will hear it tomorrow if I don't say these correctly. Karen Poliski, Karen Higginbotham, Boyd Delancey, and Bay Brown. And then all those who I forgot to mention. And also, I need to thank all those who are participating tonight, as well as tomorrow in our panel discussions. What's amazing to look at the list of tomorrow's people on the panels, so many of them are associated in some way to the New York School of Interior Design, which makes me really happy. I also want to thank The trustees who are going to be involved tomorrow, that includes, well, and tonight, Alexa, Courtney McLeod, Young Hub, Betsy Ruprecht, and David Scott. David and Betsy are here tonight as Courtney, so thank you. And Alexa. And Jim's not involved tomorrow, but Jim, I need to thank you and the New York Design Center for sponsoring tonight's reception. We greatly appreciate it. I wrote this down earlier, and it sounded good at the time, and now it sounds a little bit corny, but I'm going to say it anyway. This event and the planning up to it, there's such a feeling of generosity around it. The people wanting to help, people wanting to give, and it truly, I feel that it takes a village. And tonight is an example of that village. But I was thinking, and I think we are all lucky to be living in this village. So I'm going to now pass the microphone over to, I guess, the mayor of our neighborhood within this village, to Ellen Kravet, who I am so pleased to say is one of the Kravets, if you couldn't tell, and the chairman of the board of the New York School of Interior Design. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. We are lucky to have you at the helm, and thank you for all you did to make this happen. So thank you. So, Ellen, it's all yours.
Thank you, David, for your kind words. Much appreciated. David and I have worked together. We just had our 5-year working anniversary.
There we go. Yep.
And it's always my pleasure to work with you. It works out extremely well.
Ditto.
I would like to thank our sponsors for this event. Some of you are here tonight. Jim, I'm going to repeat it. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's sushi, my favorite food, and everything you did for this reception. It is very much appreciated.
Yesterday's events were great.
Yeah.
I was going to say, speaking about All in the Family, Alex, you put on quite an event yesterday, so that was yeah.
Thank you all for attending.
That was terrific. And you're here today
Yes, happily.
to help with our event this evening. I don't think your son is here tonight, Jim, John? No? Okay, well, thank him for sponsoring tonight as well. Visual Comfort, Gail Singer. There you are. Thank you for your support on this event. We'll hear from you tomorrow, so thank you. You mentioned you hadn't been to New York in several years, so Gail came up just to help with this event, and Gail will be one of our panelists tomorrow. So all of you designers out there, everybody knows Visual Comfort. So we are very pleased to have you. Circle lighting, of course. They go synonymous. It's kind of synonymous. Benjamin Moore. Everybody knows Benjamin Moore Paints. Also a sponsor tomorrow, and also everybody knows the Shade Store. I don't know if anybody's here. Kara? No? Hello, there you are. What's her name? Nazneen. Okay, we haven't met. Okay. Thank you for being here. Will you be here with us tomorrow? Yes. Wonderful. So thank you. I was told it's not Ben Moore, it's Benjamin Moore. But thank you for being here, and you will be with us all day tomorrow. So thank you. So designers out there and showroom people, everybody knows our sponsors. So thank you for that. Moving on to the lovely people behind me.
Favorite team?
I don't like
Crickets.
Yeah. Okay. I don't love dogs, but
This one isn't going to help you with that.
in fact, my brother Scott will tell you that I'm afraid of dogs. But Lago has been so nice and calm
He's very
that
calm, and then that's right before he attacks.
this kid, that but I'm not afraid of him, so that's
Yes. Well, thank
Touch
you.
him.
Don't. He could be, either one of us.
he's very nice.
Yeah, no, he's actually pretty chill. He
Yeah.
just, he needs his space, but he's good.
He's very nice.
He really is. Yeah, he's a rescue. Oh, wow. I adopted him from ARF, and he is, when you get a rescue, you kind of know what you're going to get, but he's been pretty great and getting better. So, yeah, I kind of rehabilitated him a little bit.
So nice.
We'll see. It's a lot of parties. I don't know if that's a real great rehabilitation program, but it's working slowly.
But I love to hear that. That's so nice. that you did that.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Was
it's
that
awesome.
during COVID?
He's a good guy. I got him actually, Alexa and I were doing an event. We were doing an antiques, was it Southampton antiques event that we were doing, and I adopted him that night. Remember when he was running around? And they thought I was just doing it to sort of get out of taking pictures. And I was like, no, I actually am going to adopt this dog.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't like to read.
Yeah, you don't have to.
bio
I don't even know how to, so you're better than me.
Because everybody knows Thom Filicia. Everybody knows Alexa Hampton. If I were to read this, it would sound really
Yes,
boring.
and don't.
Skip it.
Yeah,
So
skip it.
I think that
Yes.
I'm going to pass on that. Thom was in every magazine, Elle Decor, Arc Digest, House Beautiful, best known for Queer Eye of the Straight Guy, every magazine known in our industry.
Cars.
What else? A-list designer, New York Times, House and Garden, Lux Magazine, international tastemaker.
Not sure who's in charge of that.
On and on. What did you do for Delta Airlines?
Well, I almost live on it. I could get my mail there. But no, we did the outdoor lounge in New York City, JFK, and also in Atlanta. And we did that. We created this sort of concept of the outdoor lounge with them, and it was an experiment that actually did well. And so now they've implemented them in various airports, throughout their sort of wherever their hubs are, and it's great because you are able to. First, I was thinking going outside at the airport. That sounds terrible, but it was awesome, and it's really great. It is great, and the interesting thing was to find things that actually everything had to pass like a explosion test. Yeah, they were like, oh well, everything. Yeah, so we were down to like 3 fabrics, and I think concrete. Those were our materials that worked. So, but it looks great, and it's not flammable apparently.
Won't mention that. So anyway, everybody knows Thom, so that's the introduction to Thom.
Thank you. That's sweet. Thank you.
We are going to move on to Alexa. Speaking of which, everybody knows Alexa. Everybody did know Alexa's dad, the Honorable Mark Hampton. Scott and I, where's Scott? Did have the pleasure of knowing Mark personally. He was just an amazing soul, kind, generous, brilliant, talented, and he passed his legacy on to Alexa. It is nurture and nature that he passed along to Alexa, and she took that ring and she just is soaring with it. She has taken his name and done amazing things with it on her own. She makes all the lists that you know of, the AD 100 Hall of Fame, the LCDQ Living Legends Award, the Cottages and Gardens Innovator Award, the award.
Yes, I will receive
you-
awards. If anybody here would like to give me an award, I will show up.
I might mention that both Thom and Alexa have licenses with Kravet, which is very nice. So please check out those products if you haven't already. Alexa holds 2 honorary doctorates from Moore College of Art and Design, which is based in Philadelphia. Alexa is which was already mentioned, a trustee of the school, and Alexa lives in Manhattan with her wonderful husband and her 3 incredible children, and she sits on the board of the Institute of Classical Art and Architecture. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Alex, and going to have some fun with some great questions.
Ruh-roh. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
I just need a minute to, she was already called out, but Karen, where'd you go? You were called amazing by David Sprouls, and I'm going to emphasize that amazing. You did an incredible job. Everybody standing here has been called by Karen and her sidekick, Pamela Brockbauer. I know you're hiding somewhere. There you are. Pam does not work for Kravet directly. She is a consultant for Kravet. You may know her from the DLN, right, Pam? DFA, sorry. And Pam used to work for Kravet. And now she is an independent consultant, but this was put together by Karen and Pamela, and they worked on it literally day and night. They're both, what's the opposite of night owls? Early morning
Morning owl.
birds. And that's how it all came together. If you were told to be here tomorrow 45 minutes ahead of time, you better be here 45 minutes ahead of time. So thank you both for all your hard work. Really incredible.
I got it. Okay, they told me to not be
Yes.
formal.
To not be formal.
Yes, they also have now, we know all your accolades.
They told me this was clothing optional.
Right, and all the really important accomplishments you have, and now I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions that have nothing to do with that, essentially, and are very fun. So, now, we'll get right into it. It's 26 questions. Let's see if we get through all of them with Alexa and Thom.
26.
26.
I can't
All
even
right.
count that high.
All right, so this is going to really break the ice, which we don't need, but let's start very easy. What was the last thing you Googled? It was a tough one.
What was the last thing I Googled?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait, so you're assuming I know how to use a computer? No. Let me see. What were we looking up today? We were actually looking up something about, what was it? Steel root? No, it was a, oh no, we were Googling today. We were looking up materials for, durable materials for garage floors
Fantastic.
today.
An ex-boyfriend's father's obituary.
Fantastic.
Wow. Oh my God, still on the prowl, huh?
I did. All right. What's your favorite color? These are easy to start.
My favorite color, sadly, is blue. I love blue. Blue and green, actually. I don't know, of all forms.
What'd you say? I heard blue.
Blue and green of all forms. I don't know. It is. I know it's kind of like
Purple.
sort of the most boyish thing I do.
What's your least favorite color?
I would say, gosh, my least favorite color is probably, I don't think I have a least favorite color.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I didn't mean that.
Is there one
I love you.
color?
You're amazing.
Is there one color you use in every project?
Yellow.
Nonstop. What do you do? Well, anyways, when you're driving, do you just get mad? You're like, I'm not going to yield. No, I would say the color. I would sort of a blue-green.
I would say brown because of wood.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a smart answer. Is there a color you never use?
I think that might be a finish. Just kidding. Go ahead. What was that?
Is there a color you never use?
No, I don't think so. No,
Okay. All right, moving on.
I mean, right? I don't
No,
think
I
so.
don't think so.
Yeah, I mean there are colors that I'm using sometimes because it's sort of for the project. It's not it's sort of something that makes sense for that situation.
I have an answer.
Okay.
Dusty pink, which I
Dusty
like
pink.
to call
Dusty Rose,
hot dog.
hot dog.
Cold hot dog.
Cold
or wet
hot-
hot dog.
Okay. We won't ask any
That's a
questions
good,
about
that's a
that.
good answer though.
Dusty hot dog. Yeah, that's not a great color. Dusty hot dog.
Also known as Band-Aid.
Yeah, that's not. Oh, yeah.
Wet Band-Aid.
Wet Band-Aid.
Hot dog or wet Band-Aid.
Yeah. Found wet Band-Aid.
In a yellow taxi.
Yeah. Pre-owned.
So that won't be
wet
Benjamin
Band-Aid.
Moore's new color of the year?
No.
No, okay, great. All right, moving on. Location.
Yes.
Where do you go to be inspired?
Where do I go to be inspired? I mean, I feel like, where do I go to be inspired? I would say it's wherever I go. I mean, and wherever I go, I find inspiration. And interestingly, I would say some of the places that you would think inspiration may not be found is sometimes the most inspirational. Sort of those, there are details in architecture. I've seen, yes, it just really inspiration is all around you. And I think if you're open to sort of being interested in sort of the details around you, it's amazing what you find in things that you see every day or things that were done for very practical reasons in the 50s or 60s, that little detail is amazing, or one beautiful detail in sort of a Beaux-Arts building that is, that's just in the base of the building, that you can take that and you transform that into sort of the transition of a base of a table.
A tape trim that we sell at Kravet.
Exactly, a tape trim you sell in Kravet. See, that's a good way to make a full circle.
I concur. That's the answer.
Yeah, I do think that I think we're told, like the idea of going to a place for inspiration. I just think wherever you go and being able to go a multitude of places is really amazing. From high to low, from near to far, and everywhere in between is amazing. But you have to go and be open and really be interested and looking and really excited about what you're seeing.
You have to receive.
Yeah.
You're open for receiving.
Be open, right. And I just think that's a great way to be in general as a human, but certainly as a creative person, you wouldn't believe the inspiration that you can find in really sort of almost any situation,
Fantastic.
right?
And
He's like,
Alexa,
"You're done."
we're going to swap it, so we'll start with you. Where is your favorite place to travel?
Well, I definitely have. I like Greece, sure.
I love Greece.
But
Yeah.
I like metropolises. I love going to cities. Like, I'm not going to go hiking anywhere ever. When people are like, "Oh, I want a good hike," I'm like, "You do?" But while I love going to Europe or Scandinavia, I'm excited about all the places I haven't been. I've been to China, I've been to Japan, but I just went to Africa for the first time this summer very quickly. I need to cover a lot of.
Like what?
I'm dying to go to Egypt.
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
What's your favorite place to travel?
Got it. What's your favorite place to travel to? Okay. I would say, sometimes travel, where you're going, is sort of part two of the experience. It's actually the process. And I think you can apply that also to sort of your everyday life and work and so many other things. But if you plan your trip really well, getting to and from really to your trip, I think can be kind of a real interesting, inspirational journey and a real sort of To me, I love, first of all, I love air travel because it's a place where I can really sort of shut down and kind of be in my own little sort of space for whatever, 8 hours. And then I try not to go directly to where I'm going. I try to make it sort of a 2 or 3 part process. And I like that sort of journey because I'm usually traveling either by myself or just with one other person. And then when you get where you're going, you're kind of in a different sort of zone. So I mean, just sometimes going through airports that I haven't been to before, and some of the most interesting details you see in these really great, beautifully designed airports, and then you're staying in a city that you've not stayed in before, Cairo, and you're having all of these really amazing experiences. But you're really going there to sort of go up the Nile, but it's really that process when you're maybe even a little bit more open. I also find it's a lot of fun when I'm traveling by myself for business, when I connect with people in a different way than when I'm traveling with friends or family or people from the office. So there's something really great about that sort of getting to where you're going can be a really great process. And if you're lucky enough to make that as to part of the experience, I think it's a really cool spot. Hang on, I have to take this call real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
We're also like, what's new, what's next?
Yes.
ED.
On that note, where do you feel most, this could go in many ways, where do you feel most relaxed?
I'll take it. The tub.
Yeah.
I have business calls from my tub.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get caught because there'll be a slosh.
Yeah. You're like, oh.
I'm like, well, I'm by a waterfall on my hike.
I'm hiking.
But I find it like great ideas come from water.
I have to say, I would almost have to say, when I'm in my car and I'm driving, I know it sounds crazy, as ridiculous as the traffic is in and around New York, it is another place where I'm very able to be sort of in my mind, and also when I'm on calls, for whatever reason, the office is very surprised that I can go through an entire like sort of layout of a client's house, and I'm driving, and I don't have anything in front of me, and I'm talking about a detail in a butler's pantry or wherever, and we're talking about, and I'm like on point, and they're just like, oh my God,
Well, you're
how do
very
you remember all
impressive.
this crap? And I'm like, well, I don't know my phone number, so let's start there. I mean, it's selective memory, but it is kind of incredible, and I do love, again, there's something about that moment where maybe it's sort of, I guess, travel maybe is my place to sort of hide out.
Perfect. Let's talk about design on that note.
Yes.
All right, this is one of my favorites.
Okay.
From any era, who would you hire to design your home?
Oh gosh, who would I hire to design my? I would probably say, it's probably Albert Hadley. I think I always loved his appreciation of sort of. He was a modernist. He was an incredible. He was classical. He was traditional. He was modern. He was, he was a professor. He was very well rounded. And I kind of loved that about him, and it was one of the reasons that I really wanted to work with him when I was looking for an internship when I was in design school. And I loved the way his brain worked, and I loved that balance. And he was also a really sort of approachable, down to earth, friendly, inclusive person. And I think that was a great, I loved seeing that because it made me not feel like such a weirdo.
Obvious answer, my father. But another answer, anybody, right? From any time.
Anybody from anywhere.
I would love to have Schinkel design a house for me.
Yeah.
Schinkel. Love it.
Uh-oh. Between
Okay.
that and the ex-boyfriend call, we have to have a conversation after this.
Well,
It wasn't the ex-boyfriend. It was the dead father.
Oh, still. Okay, I'm not going to say that's not worse, but
Are
go
you
ahead.
still filming? Where's this being posted?
this was another one that when we were planning this was a real favorite for you guys. What piece of furniture would you be and why?
I actually hate this question.
Oh, well,
I think it's the worst question. And
I know what you're
I've
going to say.
And I've been asked this
I
question
think we're both going to say the same
7,000
thing.
Okay.
times. Christmas.
I was going to say bed.
Oh, well, a tufted ottoman. Yeah, but no, Christmas.
No, Kleesmas, yeah. That was my first chair that I designed. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but bed feels more fun.
okay. This one's a little,
Could be a Kleesmas-inspired bed.
there you go.
It's a whole lot of fun.
This one I think speaks a bit to this day and why we're all here, but what does the design community mean to you?
I would say that, I mean, look, I think what's really exciting is that at the moment, the design community is becoming more and more and more of a real community and a real support community. And I think that looking at sort of the world of sort of design as a whole, it's like there's a lot more collaboration and, the support of the community is so much stronger than I've ever known it to be, or have even heard about it being. So I think it's really exciting that it is this professional environment, and that designers are supporting each other and collaborating and are inclusive and feel like they're not competing with each other as much as they are sort of collaborating. And I think that that's actually really an exciting moment for design, because I think it wasn't, it was historically it was a different sort of blueprint, and I think that it's really exciting that it's become that.
This could be like, and it won't be.
Yeah.
It could be an hour answer.
That's okay.
But I will go fast, that in the beginning of my career, the community was comprised of tons of people who were supportive and loving of my father and helpful and encouraging and everything else. Then I could specifically call out the Kravets, who gave me opportunities that I honestly think changed the path of my life. Why, I don't know. I mean, obviously because of love for my father. And so incredibly generous. I could talk about Jim Druckmann and 200 Lex and Kips Bay and what that means in terms of that it allows you to give to a community, but you're obviously also receiving, that you get a great opportunity. NYSID, being on the board, that's kind of what it's turned out to be all about. And I had no idea going in that this would be the result, that I can look through this room and I'm like, wait, I know everybody here, none of them are students. But these are my friends. These are people I really care about. And I have known them now for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been running my firm for 25 years. Wow. And was there before. So crazy.
I think we have a very
I have to say though, I will say this. I think you stand on your own stainless steel feet.
Thank you. I'm like the Delta Outdoor Lounge.
Seriously,
I'm made with concrete.
You're really yeah. You're yeah.
Well, I think we are in a very special community. All right. These are more fun. I had to get that one in there. What's your favorite movie?
Oh.
That changes.
Gosh. My favorite, well, Hotel Budapest is kind of my favorite movie as an adult, maybe. I love that movie, and I love the director. But I would say as a young person, I think my favorite movie was probably The Breakfast Club, because it was like such an interesting sort of it reminds me of my sort of that part of my life, that coming of age, and it was hilarious and funny. I love it. I also love, I don't know, those would be young and now, sort of. Hotel Budapest, I love.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is always on that list. I think it's a perfect movie. I watch so many movies. You would be astonished to know how many movies I've watched in my life. When I go on a plane, I'm like, well, I've seen every single one of these movies.
Have you seen Run Lola Run?
Have I seen what?
Run Lola Run.
Yes, of course.
I love that movie.
By the German director with the girl who then ended up in the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
But I love action movies. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I will watch anything with Jason Statham in it. I love Great Expectations by David Lean is one of the great movies of all time.
Do you like The Big Chill?
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was a little older for me. Slightly.
I'm just glad you could hear the question.
And
writers are good here.
Michael Caine spy movies from the 70s, the Iger Sanction, stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Clint Eastwood, great. Yeah, another answer I could go on forever about.
So we all have a new movie list. I personally like the next two questions. What was the first
What's
thing?
your favorite movie?
I really like A Roman Holiday. Way back
Oh,
then.
yeah.
That was one of my first movies I really liked.
And that's the Palazzo Colonna.
Yeah.
And you can go and see that cannonball
Yeah.
embedded in the stone. Oh.
Yeah. So that was one of my first favorite movies. Now I don't really get much time for movies. But anyway. But I think I might skew to a younger crowd now.
Carve it out.
Okay. This question was, like I said, these next two are my favorite. What was the first thing you bought for your home? Either current or your first home. I couldn't decide which way to
The
go.
first thing I bought for my current home, liquor. I could afford it and I needed it.
Probably a mattress. You don't move into an apartment without a good mattress. Though, can we talk about how expensive they are now? I need a new mattress, and I'm like, well, maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just flip it and turn it again.
And then what was the last thing you've bought for your home? Most recently.
Well, liquor, because I ran out.
Yeah. That's
same
definitely.
answer. You're very consistent.
No, I would say, gosh, what is the thing I bought for my house? Actually, it was actually outdoor furniture. Because I don't start the renovations of the house until basically now. So I was using the outside more so than the inside.
You talking about here?
Yeah, no, in the Hamptons, the new place. No, here, no, yeah, outdoor furniture.
Well, I don't know.
I'm like, I'm like on the High Line in a bathing suit with Cujo.
If you ever have an opportunity to see Thom in a bathing suit,
I'm gonna be like,
highly
Alexa, come over to
recommend
I have this fabulous garden. But it closes at
let's hike.
9:45, so you have to get over here really quickly.
But the furniture's really great.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I would say the liquor's right. That's what it was.
if that's a thing for the apartment, then that's definitely the answer.
Your mattress?
Too.
Wow.
No, the liquor.
What happened to the other one?
The mattress is still there, falling apart. My kids have Beckley mattresses. We
Yeah.
don't. I'm like, how did this
Really?
happen? I need a Beckley bed. I have a shopping problem. Packages arrive at my house all the time, and actually the phone is I need to have a come to Jesus with the phone and myself, and the iPad, and the TV, and movies. But I have a book coming out. So when you have a book coming out and your apartment's going to be in it, that's a license to buy.
What was your favorite thing that you bought?
Oh, no. Oh, no. There are so many things.
Yeah. And also, you can't give away the secrets now.
Wallpaper on the ceiling, with crazy cobalt blue custom wallpaper with stars on it and astrological signs. Yes. Now, it sounds crazy, but it looks amazing. It really does.
Doesn't sound.
I'm
Sounds
like,
great.
You should do this for a living.
I gave you that idea.
Okay. Now, let's talk about New York, because we're all here.
Okay.
Nice. What's your favorite place in New York? Well, you kind of answered this already, but what's your favorite place in New York to be inspired, or to go to think, or where you feel like you can think
Tub.
the best? We did cover this slightly. Besides the tub.
I mean, my favorite place in New York City, I would say, I don't know, I think
Mets.
Fifth Avenue is kind of an amazing, because of, I mean, from north to south or south to north, it's a pretty, and also it's a connector. And, you know, it sort of is that sort of connector in New York City. So I think it's kind of an amazing, you know, everything from the park all the way down to the village. It's kind of incredible. And also it just sort of connects everything. And I feel like that's sort of what I love. I love anything that's a connector that sort of brings everything together and makes it kind of happen. So I think, I don't know, Fifth Avenue is pretty cool.
Nothing wrong with the Met. Nothing wrong with the Frick. Took my
Yeah,
husband
the
there
Frick
for
is
our
amazing.
first
Come on, really?
date.
Yeah, that's a great, I love any sort of.
It's a great little foreplay
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Frick.
The Frick. It is. I love any sort of, residential museum is kind of amazing. It's a good spot.
And restaurants.
And it's on
The
Fifth.
New York
And
restaurant.
it's on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah,
That is one of my
Yeah,
next.
we don't count that.
We don't count
That's
that.
not the Frick.
Yeah, that's
That's one of my next questions. What's your favorite restaurant in New York?
And McDonald's. I don't know.
I would say, God, favorite restaurant, probably Indochine.
You know, I used to have birthday parties at McDonald's when I was growing up.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 85th. It's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I know. I'm well aware of every single McDonald's in this city and its location.
No, I think Indochine's an amazing restaurant. It's been actually.
Cipriani, too.
Cipriani's great. Yeah, I agree.
And Indochine's cool.
Indochine's great because it's just been kind of like a staple for so long, and it's still as good as it always has been, from the food, just sort of the music, the vibe, the experience, the design.
The beautiful
The
waitresses
interesting
and
people,
waiters.
Right, the team that works there is incredible, and they're actually stunning. So it's a really, I don't know, I don't know any other restaurant that's been a part of my journey in New York from beginning to now without any sort of bump in the road. It's really kind of cool.
What's your favorite neighborhood in New York, if you can have one?
Don't have one, but I love Upper Park. I grew up on Park and then slid ignominiously down and east. I felt like trying to get back. Love Madison. I love Upper Madison. I love West Broadway. Obviously, the Village.
Yeah.
Soho, Tribeca.
I mean, and the city is
Everywhere but where I
and the
live.
city has been also, it's Brooklyn. It's really grown a lot, and I have to say, I mean, it's fun to be a part of neighborhoods that are actually becoming neighborhoods. I did that in Soho when I was very far west, which was kind of fun to be a part of that sort of defining a neighborhood. And then now that I'm in West Chelsea on the High Line, that was not, when I first bought that space, it was like, people were like, why are you going here? And I was like, well, I just think it's going to be this, convergence of all of these interesting things. And
I feel like I missed my window. I know I missed my window of cool. It was very small.
I have to say,
And
though,
I
I'm
missed
really
it.
loving this neighborhood now. This is a neighborhood
75th
I actually,
and Lex, or say
No,
in
but I
particular.
like this neighborhood a lot. Like,
Center of
I really
gravity.
do. I just think, I feel like that's going to be the next sort of, there's going to be a lot of, that's what I think. I think there are a lot of people are kind of returning. It's like a full circle.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
I think so. I think I do.
The East 70s is going to be the next new place.
No. I think a lot. Well, let me just tell you. I just think from a real estate,
I'd say
what you
Spanish
get.
Harlem.
What you get for.
That's cool.
No, that's cool. But I
Washington
also
Heights,
just think
love
this
that.
neighborhood people are starting to discover it again because it's run so well. What you get for the same amount of money downtown here, it's very different. It's a lot more. And I just
Such
think
politically interesting and diverse people.
it is. Yes. Yes, that
Love
is
it.
true.
Love
It
them.
is, it is.
They're
But by the way,
adorable.
downtown is not so politically diverse. I will tell you, it's a bubble wherever you go. So you just have to sort of smile, have fun.
The
and
good thing
listen.
about this neighborhood is
Yeah.
that I know all of the doormen and the freight elevator operators.
Yeah.
Like, those are my people.
What's your favorite time of year in New York City?
Spring.
I think fall. For me, it's fall. I like coming back. That sort of energy that's like right now.
yeah.
Like right this moment. It's really, it's fun. Yeah, it's very, and yeah, it kind of is the fuel for everything that sort of gets you through until you're just like, I got to get out of here.
Like ignition.
That's true.
I like
But I do
June
love
when
it.
it's get out of school time.
Yeah.
Where you feel like everything is possible.
Yeah.
And right before you start sweating through the bottom of your pants.
Wow.
I like that.
We didn't get through 26 questions. We got through like
10.
18.
Wait, there's not one more?
There's one more.
Oh.
Seeing as we have two icons, what to you is
I think
iconic
icon-
New York?
I think icon is the most
Awful word.
overused
To me, is iconic.
in
I
our
agree.
industry.
I agree. But
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
But I appreciate it.
No. Well,
I like
I had
it.
to, I had
It's
to
great.
like start the question with something. Yeah.
Yeah. What
But
is
I
iconic here?
think what I
We're
mean,
old friends, by the way. I am just
Yeah.
giving her a hard time.
well,
Yeah.
I had to, I had to just shoot off questions. But what's iconic New York? I think it works there. No.
Yes, absolutely. Good for you. You turned that around.
I tried, man.
The Met, the Frick,
Yeah.
the great old buildings in Tribeca. Oh, the new Moynihan Station.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
isn't that
that's
amazing?
amazing.
Oh my God,
Amazing.
yeah. They did an amazing job with that. So cool.
Great old buildings.
Yeah.
I would say, and I completely agree, but I would also say what's really great about New York, and traveling, I was just in Houston and was just in Florida, you're just traveling around for work and for a multitude of reasons. So many great cities. What I love about New York is literally the energy of New York, and so much of the energy of New York is the sort of new, young ideas that are coming into New York that are celebrated and not discouraged, but encouraged, I think. And I think for a lot of the young people that are here, that are studying, I just think this is a city that really does embrace a lot of different types of ideas, a lot of different types of people, historically and currently. And I think that energy is so important for all of the, for us as people that are, have businesses and are creative people, whether you're in finance, whatever it is, that energy is very hard to find in almost any other city that I love. I mean, I love Paris. I love, I love, Atlanta. I love LA. But they just, the energy in New York City and that respect and appreciation and also cultivation of that energy with new ideas and young people and different people that are coming in from a different place with different ideas. That celebration is what I think is kind of the reason that so many great things happen
It's the
here.
people. Yeah. The people
Yeah.
come to New York, not for nothing. The education is
Yeah.
like unbeatable here, and the resources, and everybody can be a New Yorker. I feel it's almost weird that I'm from New York, because
Yeah.
New York is really for people who come here
Right.
and make it theirs. That's like the DNA of New York. It's
Yeah.
to be conquered.
Yeah.
On that note, I think that was perfect.
Yeah.
So
was
thank you
awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
And thank you not only for this, but for everything you and your mother have done tonight, and with What's New, What's Next.
Wow.
And
Thank you very
it's been an
much.
amazing week.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it was amazing. You did
it's
such an
not over.
incredible job. That was
Wow.
it was an amazing afternoon.
Thank you very
It was
much.
great. Thank
It was
you.
like
Whole
a full.
day.
It was a full day.
Yeah, it was the whole
You know.
day. Yeah, I only remember the afternoon.
Yeah.
I blacked out after that.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're going
Thanks,
to have
guys. Thank you all for being here.
thank you. Before you all leave, we're going to have a drawing. We don't have Alexa's new book, but we have books from Thom and Alexa.
Oh my God.
And we're going to draw 4 names.
I think my book is
has
so old, it's in
everybody
black and
put their
white.
name in my little fishbowl? Okay. Then I'm going to leave the pads and pens right here. So just,
That was awesome.
no, just your name, because
I hope I didn't, did I swear?
just come and put your name in the fishbowl and we'll just draw it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mwah.
Ellen, thank you so much. You were great.
Let me put you on the ground. You have your leash on?
Thank you, Thom and Alexa. You were fabulous.
Thank you.
Alex, you did a great job. Yes.
Thank you guys. That was great. Thank you. For what? Was that okay? Yeah, you were great.
talk a little bit.
Hello, this is Sarah.
Okay, if you could just all be quiet for 1 minute, we're just going to draw for the books. Okay, hold on, just 2 seconds.
Shell Azar.
Shell here. If Shell is not here, we're going to pick another. What? You have to be present.
Okay. Sharon Silberman.
Sharon Silverman. Sharon? Is Sharon down the hall there?
Michael Taylor.
Michael Taylor. You leave early, you lose.
Oksana Jakobowitz.
There we go, excellent.
It's coming.
So Oksana, how do you say your last name?
Jacobowitz.
Say it again. I don't make glasses.
Oksana Jacobowitz.
Perfect. Congratulations. And here we are.
Mary Angel.
Mary Angel. Congratulations.
And one more. Two more. Oh, boy.
Freya Van Song. Is Freya here? Is Freya.
I think this is our employee. Guillerma. Guillerma. Sandy Pleater. Sandy.
Sandy. Here you go. Sure, I
think she may have left.
if not, she's coming back. Okay. Is that everybody? See you all tomorrow.
True.